No one realized it yet, but the world had just crossed a line it could never return from. Tensions had been simmering for months. Now, sparks ignited the powder keg. Intelligence reports flood in. Military units move under cover of darkness. But this was only the beginning. Every nation teeters on the brink. Naval fleets reposition. Fighter wings scramble. Red markers on radar screens multiply like a silent countdown. What they didn't know was far worse. The first signs of global collapse are subtle but unmistakable. Stay with us. The next chapter exposes the first minutes after deterrence fails, and the countdown to chaos truly begins. In the next 60 minutes, the world would awaken to a new reality, and few would survive the shock unscathed. Emergency protocols ignite. Fighter jets roar down empty runways. Naval fleets dive silently into dark waters. But this was only the beginning. Communications falter. Hospitals struggle. Civilians remain unaware, yet the first cracks in society's foundation appear. What they didn't know was far worse. The first hour closes. The real danger has just begun. Stay with us. The first explosions and covert actions are only moments away. By the second hour, the skies themselves had become a battlefield, and one wrong move could ignite the end of the world. Commanders weigh choices that could trigger global annihilation. Missile silos hum with readiness. Air defense systems light up like deadly constellations. But that decision would come back to haunt them. Every misinterpreted signal risks catastrophe. Decisions made in split seconds carry the weight of millions of lives. What they didn't know was far worse. The line between strategy and survival blurs as fear grips the planet. Stay with us. Next, we reveal the chaos spilling into cities as civilians confront the first real signs of war. Within hours, the illusion of normal life shattered and cities descended into chaos. Blackouts sweep cities, communications fail, civilians flood streets in panic. But that was only the beginning. Governments issue vague reassurances while emergency systems buckle. Urban life unravels, leaving millions trapped in fear. What they didn't know was far worse. Panic spreads faster than any warning. The first wave of societal collapse begins. Stay with us. In the next chapter, covert operations and cyber warfare will push the world closer to full-scale disaster. By the 6th hour, the world teetered on the razor's edge. One wrong move could trigger a nuclear nightmare. Leaders weigh the unthinkable. Every second feels like an eternity. Missile defense systems track warheads streaking across continents. But that decision would come back to haunt them. False signals and miscommunications threaten irreversible catastrophe. Backchannels buzz with desperate negotiations. What they didn't know was far worse. The fate of millions hangs in balance. Every decision matters. Stay with us. The next chapter reveals civilians confronting the first devastating consequences of this war. As the world teetered on collapse, a single instinct took over: survival. Civilians and military alike implement survival strategies, evacuations, emergency shelters, resource networks. But this was only the beginning. Fear, ingenuity, and resilience collide. Humans adapt quickly, learning to navigate the new, dangerous world. What they didn't know was far worse. The first signs of societal adaptation begin, yet the shadow of global conflict looms larger than ever. Stay with us. The next chapter dives into the hidden wars shaping the unseen battlefield. By dawn, The world had changed forever, and the silence was deafening. Communications remained down, infrastructure crumbles, governments struggle to coordinate as millions face isolation and fear. But this was only the beginning. Panic turns to grim acceptance. The world they knew is gone. What they didn't know was far worse. The psychological toll is immense. Trust is fractured, alliances tested, and uncertainty reigns. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button and join our community.